All right, thank you for staying with Metropole Business Center. This is Tech Tuesday, where we talk matters at technology. Moving on, we look into how we can accelerate economic development in Kenya using the pay-as-you-go financing and digital inclusion system. And joining us to aid with this conversation is Derek Donasiano Masawe, who is Kenya's General Manager at Mcoppa, which is a connected asset financing platform that offers millions of underbanked customers access to life-enhancing products and services. Eric, great to have you.
Thank you very much, Tabitha. I'm really excited to be part of the show.
Great. All right, now, Eric, Mcoppa is an asset financing platform, and in Swahili, it translates to mboro. That is a mobile borrowing. For someone in business, borrowing is key, and they're intrigued when they actually hear the word kopa, which is kuomba or to borrow. But on a wholesome level, let us understand who Mcoppa is and how we can access you.
Yeah, spot on. In 2011, Mcoppa started and pioneered as a wider pay-as-you-go solar financing business. And our operations here in Kenya, and we have presence in Uganda and Nigeria. And the business idea was to really combine the power of digital micro payments with the IoT, the internet, to really bring or make financing accessible for underserved and underbanked. And this is our effort also to bring the digital financial inclusion in Kenya, as well as to provide a clean energy solution.
Great. Now, Eric, let us understand some of the products that you have in place and the services that you offer at Mcoppa.
Yeah, so the products that we are offering, as I've said, we started as a pay-as-you-go solar company, and we were giving different products under the solar categories, starting light products, and then TV products, fridges, and late 2019 we introduced pay-as-you-go smartphones, and we expanded to become really the world's most advanced connected asset financing through the smartphones. And in Kenya alone, we've already sold over 500,000 devices in this category.
Okay.
And by doing, we're really impacting the lives of our customers. So I'll give an example. Call it Nelson is one of our customers who is using his smartphone to power his business as a Uber driver. And in turn, not only that, we were able to access to this device, but now he's using that device to power his business as asset. And reportedly, our customers have said, 30 to 40% increase on their income based on the devices that we've give to them.
Great. And how has the reception been like for most of your customers? How are they taking up this, Mcoppa system? So
the reception has been really strong in Kenya, where we have already surpassed 1 million customers. It took us almost a decade to reach that milestone. And the reception has been great because, one, our products meet the needs, and we have a really robust distribution and servicing platform, which reach to customers that we are targeting. And as we said, if you look at sub-Saharan Africa, you're looking at a massive population of people who are either banked or not banked at all. So giving them financial access is really a need that they wanted. So because our products are actually, answering to the need of our target customers, the reception has been really awesome in all our markets across sub-Saharan Africa.
Great. Now, Eric, for someone who is, new or getting to know about Mcoppa, I would like to know more details about, how to use the product, how the model exactly works. Maybe you can take us through that process. Like, I am a new customer. I've heard of Mcoppa today. How do I go about making use of the services that you're providing? Take us through that whole process.
Yeah, our customer journey starts with awareness, and the majority of our customers would get to hear or know about Mcoppa either from our existing customers or from a robust network of agents who are contractors that we have in Kenya. And in East Africa alone, we have over 7,000 trained direct sales representatives, and these are the company ambassadors out there who are talking to customers within their communities and sell. And when a customer decides which product that they're interested in, our sales process is also very simple. We don't require guarantors, being a financial platform, or we don't require collaterals. And we look for those customers who don't have a credit history. So once they pay a small deposit, they're able to take their devices and then they will pay for it using payment plans which are really flexible, depending on their income pattern. And they will pay slowly until they finish their payment, and then they will own. So our customers will benefit from this system because one, payments are very inclusive, as I've said, and two, because also they're very innovative, leveraging on our mobile money platform. We don't accept cash. And then three, it is actually very fair. Mcoppa customer can cancel the loan term with us, from periods of 30 to 90 days, where we'll give them the refund at full or in partial. But after 90 days, they can cancel anytime and walk away risk-free. So that is what really makes us customer group. And benefits of them staying with us come after and when they are actually paying us, because we have really awesome upgrade offerings, which now we will use the credit data that we've collected from their primary loan, plus we'll collateralize the devices that we've give them, so it could be a solar system or a smartphone, for them to access other products and services.
Great. Now, Eric, you've explained very well on how to, how the model exactly works. But let's say, for example, I've taken the solar, I'm using it, but gets to a point where I'm no longer able to pay. How does that work for you guys?
Yeah, so again, as I've said, our payment structure and terms are very, very flexible, and they're very, very fair. If you default, maybe I should take a step back. Before you default, we have a number of mechanisms and options that will allow you not to default, including a service that we call borrow credits, where you can actually borrow credits, say you're facing temporary financial challenges, or call it your economic activities are seasonal. So you can borrow credits and keep enjoying the service of our devices, and that borrowed credit will be paid towards the end of your loan.
Yeah.
And if at all you came to the point where you can no longer afford, we will allow you to cancel by returning the device, and there will be no penalties, no charges, no nothing. So you can walk away risk-free.
Great. I think you've expounded that very well, because if I'm using your product and I'm not able to pay, then correct me if I'm wrong, then that means the day I pay again, we start again from there, right?
Yeah, if you have not cancelled,
Yes.
you can always restart to repay, and then you will proceed from there.
Okay, great. And if I cancel, you take your product away?
Or you can bring it to a network of retail shops across the country.
Okay, great. Let's move on now to infrastructure. And infrastructure and access to it is very important. How is sufficient mobile money infrastructure a key enabler when it comes to, scaling solar off-grid energy for households?
Yeah, I think in East Africa, the mobile money innovations really have a big impact in our business model, because as I've explained earlier on, we only accept mobile payments. We don't accept cash. So that reduces the risk from a customer as well as from our agents. And at the same time, we now see there's really an uprise digital, which is something that we are leveraging on as well. And just to give you an example, every month we are processing around 350,000 transactions via mobile money. So it is a key infrastructural element for a business model to work. Yeah. And also we've been able to differentiate between different markets. So as you understand, on the Western Africa, so markets like Nigeria, mobile money is not huge as East Africa. And in those areas, we are leveraging by working with digital payments as well as banks.
Great. No, that will bring us to, some of the challenges that you're faced, because I believe in every, innovation that you have, there are definitely challenges. What are some of the challenges that you have had, when interacting with customers, and also when it comes to, handling some of your products, Eric?
Yeah, so we have a number of challenges, and there are a number of challenges which are related to the customers. There are a number of challenges which are related to, the macroeconomic factors. So challenges which are related to customers, for example, really customers, for them to understand the way our business model works. As it's quite innovative, it's far from the traditional, buy off the shelf. So it takes time for us to onboard a customer, for them to really understand the product or the service, the financing bit, right, and digital payments. So that has always been a challenge because it is a new thing. But also, if you look on the macroeconomic, particularly given now, the new reality of COVID, global supply chain disruption has been a big challenge, and that has affected us in terms of the supply. So there are challenges, but I'm really happy to say that, particularly for the challenges which are customer facing, we've done a really good job in terms of identifying the challenge and really coming up with innovative solutions to make sure that the process is smoother and customer experience is greater.
Okay, great. And Eric, what can we say, at the comparison when it comes to the Kenyan market and the uptake of technology or innovation compared to these other African countries that you are in? What can you say are the differences when it comes to uptake in innovation?
Yeah, so it is very interesting, particularly if you look at Kenya, Uganda, we are very similar. In terms of the uptake to technology, we understand that Mcoppa, M is very strong in Kenya, and this is where it started. So that makes it easier in terms of payment, customer payment, education, and processing. And if you compare that aspect with West Africa, where mobile money is actually expanding right now, you will see that there's a bit of challenge, and that is where we have a bit of an hybrid model in terms of payment, using digital payments as well as mobile money. And then particularly smartphone customers, we are seeing more or less the same in terms of the appetite for the product. The demographics are really the same, and use cases are much more the same. Even in Kenya, you will see differences on use cases between urban and rural. So, for example, in urban use, smartphones are used mostly as a tool of trade, for who are engaged in tech-enabled businesses. While in rural, it's more of a communication device for connectivity. And also, there's a significant number of our customers who are using it for productive uses, for example, to get information about weather and, market for crops, etc. So it's quite vast and it's quite interesting.
And when you reach the rural areas, Eric, is there a way, like, you have some sort of training to train these people how to use, Mcoppa, or maybe have, some kind of funds or technology that they should have, to access the innovation or technology that you are giving them? How do you go about the sensitization, especially in these rural areas?
Yes, and this is what makes our sales process quite complex, because not only we are selling the product, but we have to educate customers on how to use how the technology works and how the payments work, for example. So sensitization is part of our offering to customers. So we have different touch points, where we emphasize on the use of technology and also the solutions that we've created. So this happens at the time of sale with the DSR, It happens at the time of onboarding with our call center, where we give our customers a welcome call. And every time that they interact with us, whether it is a service inquiry or a visit at the shop or even visiting our social media pages and website, they can always acquire some information about how to use the technology that they have in hand. And most important, we have developed a customer facing phone app, which vision of it is to have like a one-stop shop where customers can always go there and get everything that they need. So all of that, make sure that we provide as much as information we have to our customers to educate them on how to make the best use of the devices that we sell.
Great. Eric, maybe you can talk about some of the, as you progress, maybe some of the public-private partnerships that you're forging as Mcoppa, and also maybe some of your future prospects.
Yeah, so looking at the prospects of our business, you're looking at Mcoppa as a pay-go platform, and not necessarily Mcoppa as a solar business. Solar happens to be one of the categories that we are selling, and mobile smartphones is another one, digital financial services is another one. But looking forward in terms of our business, we see a number of one. We see growth in our existing markets. So, for example, in Kenya, now our focus is how fast can we go to the next million. I've told you that it took us almost a decade to get to 1 million customers. Now we see the second million coming even faster, and that's really exciting. Alongside that, we are looking at expanding our business offering in terms of products. For example, in Kenya now we have started a new category, which is mobility, where we are piloting pay-go motorcycles. And then we will continue also to reach outside of Kenya and expand into new markets. And all of that, in some shape or form, comes in very close contact with working with governments and working with the communities, where we see shared objectives and goals, and even international organizations. Some of them are key of our partners.
Great. Now, as we wrap up this conversation, on accelerating economic development using the pay-as-you-go model or system, what financial inclusion future are we looking into?
So the future of our customer in terms of financial inclusion is, again, really driving or accelerating the socioeconomic development for our customer. And who is our customer? This is a person who is underbanked or not even banked. So what happens is when they become a Mcoppa customer, we are able now to develop a credit history with them. We are able to give them battery, which is the device that we have powered by IoT. And the future for them is to continue to grow because now they have the essentials to be financed. And the thing is that Mcoppa is a financing platform. So I'll give you an example. So if you are, say you are a phone customer, you pay well for your device. Now you come to the point of ownership, but you're running a business. Based on the history that you've built with us with your payment, we can actually collateralize smartphone and give you a cash loan. So that cash loan can go directly to your business. And not only by giving you, a smartphone, which in our term we call it everyday essential, now we are giving you, an additional loan, which is cash loan, which can now really power your business or power your say your farm or any income generating activities. And because you're doing that, we see constantly being engaged on the stories of our customers who are transforming their lives from one stage to another. So Mcoppa is at that objective, and that is really at the core of why we exist. And with so many stories to share in terms of our impact, which would relate to that.
Great, a really encouraging financial inclusion future that you are looking into. Eric, how can people get Mcoppa? I know you mentioned it, but just give us a retake on that. How do people get Mcoppa?
So people can get Mcoppa using our channel. One visit our retail shops. Number two, we do have a partnership with Safaricom. So if you go to any of the Safaricom shops, you will be able to hear or get connected to Mcoppa. Three, I'm sure within communities, we have people who are already customers for Mcoppa. They can link you to us. Number four, you can also visit our website or social media, where for those who are online can actually access, and you will be able to get in touch with us.
Okay.
And five, you can call our call center.
All right, great. Eric Donasian Masawe, General Manager, Mcoppa Kenya. All right, thank you so much. That's all we had on accelerating economic development using the pay-as-you-go model in the country. All right, for now, we take a very short commercial break, but stay tuned because there is a lot more lined up for you.